Here's your wrestling news for February 10th, 2023, and we're starting off today with AEW, as MJF has had the world talking about his gruesome promo during this week's edition of Dynamite. After his win over Konosuke Takeshita, the AEW World Champion shared a story where he was in a car accident which killed the girl he was driving with, who was showing him a good time. MJF even called the woman in his story Livv, a nod to WWE superstar Liv Morgan, and this story wasn't entirely a work of fiction from the devil himself. On Wrestling Observer Live, Bryan Alvarez explained that MJF's promo was 80% true, saying that MJF was involved in a serious car accident many years ago. The difference, though, is that MJF wasn't with a girl at the time, but instead had been out with his football buddies, and there's no reports of anyone being killed in the accident. MJF changed enough of his story to come across as an awful person, exactly as a heel should be, and like many greats from the past, the devil relied on his real-life past to help his character. MJF's promo about a young woman dying and him swapping their seats to make it look like she was driving was a shocking promo and one you wouldn't expect from any other wrestler. While the most gruesome details of the promo were just pieces of fiction, this promo was certainly convincing to several wrestling fans. On Facebook, the 434 profile reported that over 300 phone calls were made to Nassau law enforcement after the promo aired, causing the police to release a statement. That statement said that though the police will look into the claims made, they are well aware that this was part of a fictional story on a wrestling television show. In an update, Bryan Alvarez confirmed that a lot of people called, but didn't give a specific number. Clearly, MJF's promo was effective enough for fans to think that the death of a young woman called Livv really happened, and it all shows just how captivating the AEW World Champion can be on the mic. But what did you make to the promo? Was there a part of you who bought it, and did MJF go too far with his tale? Share your thoughts in the comments. From the moment fans caught their first glimpse of Bray Wyatt, the former Husky Harris was immediately compared to The Undertaker. It's not hard to see why, as like the dead man, Wyatt has used cryptic promos throughout his career and isn't afraid to delve into the supernatural. Of course, Wyatt's career has not reached the lofty heights of The Undertaker, and when speaking to Sportsnet, The Undertaker spoke about the comparison. There's obviously a huge amount of comparisons between his character and mine. He's his own guy, he's his own character. I don't think it's fair for him to compare what he does to what I did. In the big scheme of things, it's in the same supernatural genre, but it's 2023 and he's doing his own thing, but I can see what he's trying to do. I just let him know, too, that my phone's always on, and if he needs to talk to me about things or run things by me, that's cool. I would be more than glad to share my experiences with him and hopefully shine some light on questions that he has moving forward. So yeah, it was a cool moment, and it did exactly what I thought it would do. The Undertaker and Bray have feuded in the past, with Wyatt being the first person to lose to The Undertaker at a WrestleMania after the streak was broken by Brock Lesnar. With The Undertaker retired, Wyatt and Uncle Howdy have taken the mantle as the new supernatural characters in WWE, but there will only ever be one true phenom. While comparisons between Wyatt and The Undertaker may not be apt, the two recently shared the ring together during the Raw is 30 special episode. During the segment, the Phenom whispered something into the ear of Wyatt, and since then, fans have been curious as to what exactly was said. While speaking to Sportsnet, The Undertaker finally shared what he said to Wyatt, and the two could be working together very soon. I just let him know too that, my phone's always on, and if he needs to talk to me about things or run things by me, that's cool. I would be more than glad to share my experiences with him and hopefully shine some light on or maybe questions that he has moving forward. So yeah, it was a cool moment and it did exactly what I thought it would do. The Undertaker has a very high opinion of Bray Wyatt, who is now considered SmackDown's #1 babyface. But where do you see his character going next after his Pitch Black match with LA Knight? More from AEW next, as the promotion has established itself as the #1 competition to WWE, and now more fans from around the world will be able to tune in. This week, ESPN announced that it has secured an exclusive broadcast rights deal with AEW, bringing Tony Khan's promotion to Australia, New Zealand, and the Pacific Islands. This will be AEW's first broadcast deal in the area, as well as ESPN's first collaboration with a wrestling organization in the region. Fans in Australia, New Zealand, and the Pacific Island won't have to wait long, as the deal will begin next Thursday on February 16th, and we're sure that there will be plenty of eager wrestling fans signing up when they can. AEW is certainly making waves when it comes to broadcasting, but fans are still awaiting the release of the company's first console video game, Fight Forever. First announced in 2020, the game was supposed to release in 2022, but that of course didn't happen, leaving fans to wonder what exactly is going on. We don't know when exactly Fight Forever will come out, but this week the ESRB, aka the Entertainment Software Ratings Board, gave the game a T for Teen rating. In their explanation, it was said that suggestive content, deep cleavage, partially exposed buttocks, crotch chops, alcohol consumption, smoking, and the use of Molotov cocktails were just some of the reasons behind the rating. It had been believed that getting the ESRB rating was one of the issues holding up the game's release, so this is one more hurdle that AEW has cleared. With an investment of at least $10 million into AEW's games department, there's a lot riding on the success of Fight Forever. And will you be playing the game when it comes out? Let us know in the comments. One name fans will be hoping to play as in AEW Fight Forever is Paul Wight, who has only competed a handful of times throughout his AEW career. The former Big Show is undefeated since coming to AEW, as he is 4-0 and has big plans to get back in the ring. Speaking with the Metro UK, Wight explained that he's been dealing with injuries that have caused some setbacks in his career, including having knee replacement surgery in August 2022. Wight added though that he's now better and plans to be back in the ring next month, saying that everything's on schedule for him to wrestle in March. As for potential opponents, Wight named the brand new AEW World Tag Team Champions the Gun Club, possibly in a 2-on-1 handicap match, but who do you want to see step in the ring with the Giant? During this week's WWE NXT, Toxic Attraction ended for good when Gigi Dolin was attacked by Jacy Jayne. The brutal ending to Bayley's Ding Dong Hello talk show saw Dolin be slammed into the door that was part of the set, and we've now had an update on her condition. During Wrestling Observer Radio, it was explained that the door malfunctioned, which didn't help the segment, and presumably was meant to swing open. As for future plans, Brian Alvarez added that Dolin is going to be off TV for a couple of weeks to sell her injuries, but suggested that she should be off for a month after being slaughtered by Jayne. Ever since Mandy Rose's abrupt exit from WWE, Toxic Attraction just hadn't been the same, and while the group is truly a thing of the past, fans can expect an emotional, hard-hitting feud when Dolin is back. Now, WWE is always on the hunt for new people to bring into the fold, and in addition to signing new wrestlers, they need people in non-competitive roles on TV. WWE now has one such person, as Fightful Select reports that Black Chadwick, who previously worked for WrestleCade, Ring Warriors, and other wrestling and MMA companies, is currently under contract. Chadwick will be working under the name Blake Howard and joining the commentary team at NXT Level Up, and we'll have to see how he fares in the role. And we're ending today with Gunther, who has been unstoppable since capturing the Intercontinental Championship in June of last year. The Austrian is dispatched of stars including Ricochet, Rey Mysterio, Braun Strowman, and Sheamus to keep an iron grip on the gold, and he now has a new accolade to his name. Today marks Gunther's 245th day as Intercontinental Champion, meaning he's surpassed Shelton Benjamin's first reign with the gold that lasted from late 2004 to mid-2005. By surpassing Benjamin, Gunther's reign is now the longest single Intercontinental Championship reign of the 21st century, surpassing legends like Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho. In addition to this latest accomplishment, Gunther was also the longest reigning NXT UK champion, and if his showing at the Rumble is anything to go by, 2023 will be a good year for Imperium.